Okay, so doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put my name in here, DbdKmp. Anyway, hello guys. My name is DbdKmp, and I am the best of the Hasher, and welcome, folks, one and all, to a brand new game called the Game of Life. Now, I'm not going to do this as a potential uh, game or anything. Brand new, like a playthrough or anything. I'm just going to make it 2 players only. And with this game, you can actually play with 2 people or 1 person if you want to. I'm sorry, that's what I was going to say. Sorry, you can play with 1 person. I was originally on the game board. I do know this because I used to play with a family. And I play for myself as well. It doesn't really matter. I'm just choosing a name at random here. Not to reference anybody or to give anybody a shout out because it's just, you know. And this game, okay, I did not know this because when I originally played this for the first time, I mean for the console here, actually is a racist game. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they call you by your color. Basically, because the color of the car you picked, it's still racist. I mean, you know, but we're just gonna make this a. All right, I'll give it to you there. Start playing life. And this is not like Monopoly. I mean, it is in a lot of ways, but you just gotta play till it ends, which I'm not gonna do that. But so what I want to talk about is cause see, right now I'm taking a break from Final Fantasy VI right now, and I thought I would just give this a go. I haven't played this version of it, but I originally, many moons ago, I played the actual game, and you know, no, forget college. Oh boy. Oh damn it, that's not funny. Oh well, it doesn't really matter anyway. And yeah, I could cheat on this, but I don't see a point. So I was gonna do the whole cheating anyway with Final Fantasy VI just to see what the other espers were that I was missing out on because I don't know what they are. And I just couldn't figure out what to do about. Oh God, artist. Yeah, it's not as bad. I guess it doesn't really matter how much strength you give it; it'll still land on whatever's gonna land. But you know. Anyway, so this game can be played like lesbians and gays. You know, basically having 2 guys in there. Oh, shut up. But popularly, back in my day, now this is just popularly how like people would normally play this. They played as straight people. You didn't have none of that. Okay, well, we're gonna put 2 women in there and then they're gonna get married. But they had later games that would do that. So apparently this game does have that in here, but it's like I guess you might say a mix. But it's still got racism in there. But anyway, so okay, see, my question I've got is, let's playing actually worth it? Because I don't see how it can be when all you can do is it's a popular thing to do. People just want to let's play this game or that game or there's some other game somebody has already done. And the major order of it is just so they can get money. I have to say that I've never done it for the money. And there's people who will say that they don't do it for the money and then they wind up getting it for the money. And I'm not playing this game to please straight, lesbian, or anything. I'm just playing this game just because it's something to do, I guess. It takes a while to get through this, so it might take a while. I did kind of cheat on the off screen while I wasn't recording when the thing decided it wasn't gonna do it because I deleted that clip. Fucking asshole thing. But anyway, so I would say that it's not worth it. My personal opinion, because it's just too much in high demand to do a let's play. Because you have to provide commentary and guides and stuff like that. And speaking of which, you're only going to mainly want to focus on one person. And while it's interesting to see other people do it, but not everybody feels that way. And that's another damn statement. It's another statement. Everybody. Who's everybody? And I hate when somebody says, I believe I speak for everybody here. No, you don't. You don't speak for everybody there. You don't. Like when somebody was commenting on Victor Fourier's, or I think that's how you name him. Anyway, I'm just gonna call him Hadoken Dude, or I can't think of the other one. Oh yeah, I think it was like hit the floor 729 or something. What it used to be as. And originally he started out on Newgrounds, and he had a lot going on, and he I don't remember what he said how it started out, but anyway, when he was first discovered was on Newgrounds, long before he hit YouTube, and it was he started out with Zelda, the Four Swords Adventures, or Misadventures, I'm sorry, the Four Swords Misadventures, and it was pretty hilarious. The problem is that people kept constantly saying, when's the next episode? When's the next episode? See, this is the kind of shit that makes people give up. Like, he's not going to tell you. He stated this like several times and nobody wants to listen to him. And everybody's like, well, when is it? They just keep doing it anyway, just to annoy the piss out of him. I mean, yeah, okay. I don't want to be mean, but yeah, even I get tired of waiting. Like, in other words, the only difference is I won't comment and actually, try to pester the man. I don't want to make him feel like he's being pressured. I mean, like, okay, I'm not going to stand around and be like, okay, well, now I'm just waiting for the next episode to show up. And the thing is, when it's out, it's out. I may be sick of waiting, but I'm still in no fucking hurry to see the next episode. I mean, seriously, I'm not in a hurry. And I'm going to say this, that argumentatively, and I say it that way, strongly and loosely, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, Zelda Breath of the Wild is a bad game. And again, argumentatively, it is a bad game. So really, I mean, it's not because of the graphics. And one of the things that people refuse to admit to people, which they don't seem to get, is like just because you're watching. Okay, like all right, let's take the answer now. D1984. I'm not trying to. Okay, I'm put this record. I'm not trying to pick on anybody or call them out like they're a bad person, but I am trying to say that at the same time that okay, or anybody else out there who's actually played these games that you might be watching, anyway, it may feel bad to them, but that doesn't mean it's going to be bad to you until you actually play it. And I'm talking about the controls. Well, you can agree all you want to about how the graphics may look good or bad or whatever, but the way the controls feel is completely different for each and every person. God honest truth. I mean, a person could tell me all damn day how much they just hate the controls. Like, just like someone who, like me, if I could tell you how much I hate the controls on screen, you might find it more interesting because you can do a lot better than I can. Well, good for you. I'm glad for you. But just because you can doesn't mean it makes it any better than me or that I'm fucking lying. It means that, that's just it. It's you that can do better. And that's all fine and dandy. But don't think that just because that accomplishment entitles you to be a person that can just like, oh, all of a sudden, okay, well, now it's better for me. Not because you're better at it. Who cares? I mean, literally, I think I take a look back at what I have said before, and yeah, I mean, it's true that even in my case, it's like, who cares? You know, like in the case of where I choose to conserve my magic and choose to run from battles, whereas he might choose to fight battles, you know, and that's fine. I have no problem with him fighting battles personally. I wish he wouldn't, but it doesn't mean I have a problem with it because that's what he wanted to do. I want him to do what he wants to do. Okay? If he wants to fight a battle or if he doesn't, that's his freaking agenda. That's his own problem. You know? He has to contend with. Because I believe in everybody should have a free right to do whatever the hell they want to. I mean, while I have my own reservations and objections, but that doesn't mean there's an objection towards like, oh, well, like, oh, yeah, I really expect you to do. I don't expect jack shit from you. I mean, I guess in a way I expect you to do what you want to do. I guess. I mean, I'm not that I really think about it like that as far as expecting goes, because I don't really like that word anyway. I don't really hate it, but I don't like it. But yeah, I mean, pretty much. Here's another thing. Um, really? But yeah, I mean, like my videos, I'm just putting them out. I'm trying to get them out there so that nobody knows it. I mean, blah. So that people know it's there, even if they don't watch it. And hopefully there will be people that will watch it. I'm not saying everybody has to watch my video. I think that's the most dumb understatement I've ever heard of in my entire life. Like, everybody in the whole damn world should be watching it. Because, honestly, I know there's people that's going to be out there that's not going to like me, and people that's not going to, you want the night school and the choose a career. No. Anyway. But I'm making 90,000 a day. I mean, why the hell should I take a night job? That's kind of dumb. Really, technically speaking, I mean, I could do it, make a little extra on the side, but what's the point? See, the thing is, okay, the salary ratio of what you're making, even if you spent up as much as you wanted to, it depends on whether or not you're buying up an entire store. And even then, you couldn't blow through a $90,000 damn dollar deal unless you buy up every store in the entire country or state, depending on how much it all costs. Because you got to think about what the cost standards are versus why in the hell you would want to take a separate job. I mean, sure, if you want to, you can make extra money. It's not really stupid if you want to do it. It's the fact that it's kind of silly. Because nobody goes through that much money. I mean, if you have like a sort of a over ratio of 100 or so, enough to pay bills, whatever. But and everybody has bills. But the difference is that when you have 90K, you don't have to worry about bills. You can get them all paid and you still have a little. I mean, quite a bit over, I should say. Even if it's 50K or 40K. But yeah, back to my other thing. I wanted to quickly talk about that for a minute while I was thinking about it. But anyway, my video, like I said, I mean, it's only there if someone wants to watch it. They don't have to. And there's people out there that's gonna not like me, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, Markiplier's understatement about making everybody happy is crazy, because you know how many people come in there flowing all over the internet, just like back before we had the internet like this. You know, I mean, we still had to kind of use the internet back then. Now that I think about it, but I mean, we have comment sections going, well, you're a faggot. Basically stuff to insult people, put out racial slurs and stuff like that. Honestly, I would say that you can't make everybody happy. I don't know why he even made that video, but it's like they say, every day there's born a sucker. So here's the thing. And within that regard, you have to think about, okay, you're not going to make everybody happy unless you consider, and I'm not saying it's really going to be the case, but it's like, they must be, because they have nothing better to do than to come up there and troll you all day and give you all these insults instead of being, I mean, it's okay to let it be a little bit of negative, okay? To give a little bit of, like, constructive criticism, like, by the way, your volume was too loud or it wasn't high enough. But to completely outrageously say that your voice is so freaking horrible that nobody likes you is really wrong. It doesn't matter if it's your opinion or not. You don't speak for everyone. And that's another thing. Don't say, I speak for everyone, and when I say this, but nobody likes you. That's not true at all. And even if you said, everybody here, who are you counting when you do that? I mean, look at the audience. The audience is so, they vote back and forth on all of everybody, not just one person, because they happen to like people. So don't give that whole baloney, whole bullshit speech like you think you're all this and that. I was watching this clip about, and I'm gonna put this for the record, I don't get this much into wrestling, but I was listening to this, I'm like, oh god, here we go again with this everybody, and somebody saying, you got a mouse in your damn pocket somewhere that's stuck in there? Because there's no fucking we, and you don't speak for me. How dare you fucking say such bullshit? This just looks weird when I look at the shadow of the water when I'm doing that, but that's kind of the reason why I'm doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna look around. But anyway, basically, the thing is that yes, bullyism is bad no matter what form it is. But the worst of all is when somebody says, go kill yourself. Not just when somebody says you're a faggot to insult you. Who cares? But yeah, I mean, like, worst of all, like you shouldn't even been born. You don't have a right to exist. I mean, how dare you live? Nobody wants you here. That's a fucking lie. The truth is, you may not want them around, but other people do. And while it could be said that argumentatively that maybe he shouldn't be in your locker room, And but as far as anywhere else is concerned, he has every right to be there. He owns that business. Shane McMahon owns the business. I mean, just as much as his father does, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. They all own it. Even Linda McMahon still owns it. She still has a stake in it. She still has where she's making money. The only thing she stepped away from was having anything to do with, say. You can, legally you can step away from ever having say, but still make money. Did you know you could do that? By law, you can do that with any company that you're involved in, whether you started it or you were brought into it or helped started it, whichever it came out to be. You have a right to have a stake in it, no matter what it is. While you may not oversee the final proceedings anymore, but you can still get something from it. I mean, you can even, actually, as well, you still have a right to illegally object, but you can't obviously voice your opinion and say, well, okay, well, you gotta do what I say. Once you give up that right, well, then you're pretty much out of there. What I don't get is about the whole wrestling business is that they're still going back and forth about this whole, having the wrestlers fire other wrestlers from the actual WWE itself. You can't. How does that make any sense? You know. But yeah, literally, I was never. Shut up. Get to spin the tribe. Anyway. But yeah, people are gonna like you, and then there's people who are not. The world is so divided that you got 3 different class groups, if you want to call it that. And the thing is, when you think about it, because of the division, you've got one of them that actually likes you and another one that doesn't like you. He completely hates your freaking guts and wants nothing to do with you. And then you got a middle, with people who are not on anybody else's side. Let's go to payday. I'm apparently low on cash, like that it matters, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm just saying. But yeah, so when you think about it, you cannot make the entire truly world, the world truly, the whole world truly happy, unless you consider that. Even though the real actual happy reality is, and it's not. See, the thing is, even if you could do this and that for people, like, okay, let's say they need a new kidney transplant. Regardless of whether you knew it or not, and you decided to give it to them, a lot of people will just not even accept that unless it's from somebody else that they actually like. Like, it should have been somebody else. I don't know. I don't owe you anything. I don't even. You know, they're not gonna thank you or nothing. They don't give a shit about you. You know, and I was just okay. Here's another thing. I was watching this video, and I've seen like plenty of them, where these kids take their own damn life. The school claims it had nothing to do with the bullyism. Well, I don't know if there was any bullyism. I don't know if there really was or not. But anyway, sixth grader. She was, I guess, 12 years old. It doesn't really matter the age. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's gonna go clear coat it all or sugar coat it and say, yeah, this will definitely cure you and keep you from being depressed. What it should do is keep you from taking your own damn life. Because here's the thing. A lot of people think that the best solution is to get on the phone and call 1-800, the National Suicide Hotline. Well, it's true. You could do that. And I'm not going to say it's a bad place to go to, but I am going to say this. A lot of people just don't want to call that number. Speaking of not liking and whatever. It's just the fact is that depression... Here's the thing. Depression is different for everybody. And in a lot of ways it's the same on how it affects us. And just because there's a line doesn't mean that. It's just like, you know, you just want to be by yourself. You don't want to talk to anybody. You want to be left the fuck alone for a while. And the biggest problem is people think that they just always have to talk because it's going to solve everything. I'm sorry, but talking is not the solution all the time. And the thing is, half the damn time anyway, when they do that, they think that people just want them to absolutely just interrupt them and, you know, this is just so bad. You know how wrong this is and all this blah, 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 blah advice and stuff. No. The only time you give advice is when they're done talking. And if they need it. They're asking for it. But until then, shut up. Let them speak. They want somebody to listen to them. And it's not always that either. It's just they want to be left the fuck alone. See, the thing is, Star Trek may be fake, but a lot of words that have been said is true. When you think about what life revolves around, especially about this game here, which a lot of it don't make no damn sense, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, you know, depression is very hard to explain. But it's just, okay. Anyway, let's say a school doesn't want you going there, and, you know, you shouldn't even give up the idea that, well, I didn't want to go there, even though that I still liked them, even though they didn't want me going. I mean, you know, she was set up to, like this one girl who took her life. I forget what was going on with her or something, but the way she was supposed to graduate and all that, they didn't even want her there. So she took her own life. The problem is, what the whole situation is, it didn't solve the problem. It didn't make them happier. Okay? All you did was take your own damn life. And, a lot of people think that it'll make everybody happy. You don't speak for everybody. Again, that falls under, you don't speak for everybody. You don't know what everybody's thinking. Just because you get around a bunch of people, and I know it's hard. I mean, it's easy to say these words, but it's not easy to be the kind of person that's... I mean, I've dealt with it myself, personally. I've been around a lot of people who didn't like me. You know, And it doesn't matter whether I've had the thoughts or not. I didn't really have it, but it's like, you know, it's just, you gotta think about it like this. Who the hell cares about these people? What about your own family? And if your own family don't want you, there's gotta be people out there that does. And it's easy enough to say, all you gotta do is reach out. That's easier said than it is to be done, because in the meantime time, you're waiting. And the waiting kills you. It eats you up inside the more you wait up, because you're waiting for that hand to take you and accept you because of the person behind that hand. In the meantime time, it just furthers the progress of them just wanting to take their own life. And then they do it. It doesn't matter when. It matters that it happens. As far as that it shouldn't have happened, well, yeah, but it did. There's nothing we can do about it once it happens. We can do everything we can to prevent it, but there's nothing we can do to stop that. Depression and suicide don't always exactly go hand in hand. And people have that stupid thing. I say by people, I mean a lot of people have said this. They always go hand in hand. No, they do not. Lots of people struggle through depression, but they don't all think the same. Well, I'm going to take my own life. Definitely, because it'd make me feel better. It'd make everybody better. Nobody fucking does that. I'm sorry, but not everybody who has depression does that. I'm tired. What can I say? Anyway, and how dare you say that shit? Okay, that's the most stupidest thing. I dealt with depression all my life, and I didn't think, well, okay, I'm gonna take my own damn life. Everybody be happy. I know I will be too. No. Suicide is not okay. Neither is depression, but what can you do about it? And people think that just because you go to therapy sessions and group sessions or take medicines or all the above, there's going to be a cure. It's not a damn cure. You can't get rid of depression. Depression's always there. People would say, once it's there, you can't stop it. No, it's always been around. The difference is, it's just like anything else. Just like violence, it's always been around. Like, just because you didn't commit that violent crime doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing it. Everybody says, well, just because I did it means I'm not capable of doing it. Yeah, you are. Sad truth is, nobody looks at the real evidence. These people right here, they're gone to prison for violent crimes they have committed. They didn't wake up and think, well, okay, I'm just gonna go over there and do it. And they hadn't committed a crime at that time. They didn't did anything violent. They weren't capable of it at the time, but they were still technically capable of it anyway. Eventually, they did it, and now they're gone. They're in prison or they're dead. So, again, it's always going to be around. It just depends on how it makes you, how it affects you. It's easy enough to say, don't let it affect you. But the problem is, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. A lot of things will lead into it. Sometimes, just in general, the person just shows up and it doesn't need a fucking reason. It's just, boom. It's just there, it's there. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, once it, to that point. That's it. You know, where it affects you. It's always, I mean, it's always around, you know. And I'm not sure about believing in ghosts. I'm really not. No more than I am believing in people being reincarnated as animals and stuff like that. Because here's the thing, even if you were an animal, there's no evidence to prove whether or not this animal is someone from another life, or from so many years ago, or that animal, or someone you may have known. Let's just say, alright, Cleopatra's back. Okay, but she's not a human, she's an animal. But there's no proof to prove that. And speaking of all this stuff, this is why this world, the truth is, yeah, we can be truthful what we want to, but the thing is that truth does not give you freedom. You are not going to be free just because you told the truth. If that were true, then why are criminals locked up for the crimes they committed? Tell me that. And don't give me that, well, I've been free by God. What a load of shit. I mean, you expect me to believe that and buy that? I mean, that if there was a God, that he would just be like, okay, I forgive you now because you told the truth that you killed somebody. Even though you're rotting away in prison and I'll see you soon enough. No, I don't buy into that. You know? And the thing is that, as well, lying doesn't set you free either. So it's not really a matter of lying or telling the truth. It's just all in how we live this world, in this world. And lots of people are like, well, okay. You know, and I don't believe in dying. I don't think it's right either, the way the whole world. So you want to talk about truthful and stuff like that? Well, how come it is that everybody thinks you can't do nothing once they get to a certain point? You know, in life. And it's like when you think about what you're doing in life, you know, how do you live? You know, by these decisions of just how can you live with yourself? I can't believe that. A lot of people just always say, well, you know, like if they don't die, then I can't move on. And then when you think about it, okay, these are the same people that will turn around and say, well, now that you're gone, I still need you for advice and all this and what to do. And like they wish they were around. And the problem is, you know, it's just sad. Truth is, people they could have been saved. People just give up too easily. They do. Like, well, it's super fucking hard. I can't do nothing. But, you know, and I gotta say, I don't give up on people. If I can save them, I will save them. I'm not giving them up. I don't give a shit if they're 80, 100, or whatever. If I have a chance to save somebody, I'm going to save them. As long as I have the equipment, the lab, and everything. Well, that was kind of stupid, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, and you want to talk about respectful and all this stuff and not hating people. Unfortunately, you're just gonna have to accept that people just don't like it. Yeah. So there's always criticism in this world. And the thing is about this game as well, I guess the only way to beat it at the end is to get to the millionaire house. I don't remember that ever being in the Game Boy game. And that's useless to buy a sports car in this game because I mean I've never seen that in the original. Don't get me wrong, but I mean seriously, you don't even trade cars or nothing. So it's like I guess you can retire on it for whatever reason. But yeah, I just want to talk to you about mental health and stuff like that. I mean, because while I'm taking a break from that game, damn. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that when nobody considers what you're going through in life, they always think the simplest solutions will do things, and even though you get help, it'll definitely cure you and all this. You can't get cured of depression. There's no such thing. It's just like when somebody says, well, now you're cured of being gay. No, you're not. And that's insulting. Like, what do you have against being gay in the first place if you were gay? You know? Everybody has a choice to make in life. And sometimes it's more of a case that at one point you will make that decision. I mean, you can get married all you want to, but eventually they just choose it. Even though they still kind of experiment, but eventually they still wind up being what they are. Like with bisexuals, it's always the same thing. No one who's ever been bisexual has ever stayed bisexually married. Seriously. I know about this stuff because I've been around long enough to know. On all the history of people who have been married, They either become men and women, or women and women, or men and men, and that's it. Plain and simple. They still kind of experiment from time to time, but they'll never get married again. Because once they make the decision, they're done. Sure, they may ruin their vows, but they don't always do that. Other than that, they don't get married again. Unless they choose it, they're done. Like, yeah, they still experiment. They still, have a little threesome here and there, but once you choose who you're going to be with for the rest of your life, you're done. No one stays that way. Even if you got married, it wouldn't ultimately stop you from choosing. Eventually, it always happens. So a mutual decision. It's kind of sad in one way because the other one gets left out. Because it's a sacrifice in life. We all have to come across. And it's not fair to them. But at least in a way, on the positive side, they still get a chance to be with them if they so choose to. Because they're down for that from time to time. And they're not going to do it all the time. But yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, bisexuals, I always say the same thing. You know, they're always going to remain forever that way. They say that, well, I just can't choose, and I don't want to choose. Well, you may not want to, but you'd still do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made that ultimate decision. There's never been that. Oh, they never don't make that decision. They do. They really do. They always make the decision of who they're going to be with the rest of their life, and that's who they say to choose with. They may get a annulment, but I mean, that technically speaking, that even though you're married by a party of three, you can actually do them and go with the whole idea that you can get annulment and still stay married to one partner. You can do that. It's true. You can't do it everywhere, but a lot of places you can. Now, in the original game boards, you don't get life tiles. You just get like you can either choose to have a baby or not. You can play the game however you want, though. I mean, you still gotta obviously follow the road to wherever you go to, wherever it lands on. But like, if you want to go ahead and have a baby, you can. Oh, we're almost to the end of this. Wow. Wasn't that awesome? But I mean, the thing is that again, let's playing or doing video games in general is just it's too much of a competition. So why even bother with it? It's too much of a popular thing to go, well, okay, as long as I get paid for it, right? And I'm the only one who's legitimately that I know of. I mean, there's probably other people who do, but don't do this for money, which wouldn't surprise me any. But the problem I have with it, right, is oh, anyway, is that there's just people out there that say that, and then they wind up saying, Well, not so up to me to win this. But yeah, but I'm just saying. You know, I don't do this for the money. I don't even do it for the ads. And I'm still legitimately going that direction. And all the years I've been doing this, I've not made a collected dime on this. Well, it's true. I did consider getting a sponsorship and all that, but then, I think about it. Well, that sucks. I beat myself with the other me. That wasn't me. Anyway. But pretty much, all that matters now is that you understand of what life's all about. And everybody has their own deals about life, how they choose to do things, you know. But depression will always be a thing. And let's playing may be a thing, but it should just completely die off. And I know it will eventually because it's just too popular. Especially because it's a way to make an income. And believe me, I understand that. But it doesn't mean I will ever go that direction. No matter how much I make continuing on to do games, and that's if I decide to still continue on with this. Even if I decide to continue on with this, I'm not in it for the money. I may deserve the money, and I won't turn it down if I get offered money. But if you want to help support the channel, then spread the word. You don't have to, by all means, support me for whatever reason. And I live on you know, really low income. I really do. And it's not every day. I don't get paid every day. You know, for even this extra side jobs I've had, they don't happen as often as you might think. It's been hard even before the pandemic even hit. That just made it more harder. That's all it did. Um, but it was already pretty much hard as it was because it didn't happen all the time where somebody would say, okay, alright, I'll pay you to help me load my stuff into my unit. See, I don't go to people's houses and help them load up or whatever. But there was somebody who offered a job to me to come over to their place and take up with all that, but he passed away before I could even get it done. And I'll be honest with you, that sucked. I could have been making money that way. Would have been a nice way to get some money, but it is fine. I don't care. And G Police was an anime or cartoon that Horses and Rain was into, I believe. and a certain someone accidentally recorded over it and apologized many a times. Don't know if he ever accepted that, but hey, it is what it is, and it's probably the reason why he gave up on it, or one of the leading factors. You know, going into shows and stuff that were animated. I like how now they say Jinso Suikoden instead of just Suikoden. Because originally in Japan it was just Jinso Suikoden. You know. Jinso no Alchemist? What the hell is that? I love how this thing actually has Japanese games, but I won't actually be doing them. What the hell is GeoCube? See, games in general, a lot of them I just don't get into. Unless it's like oriented with like action packed, like something I've done. What the hell? I didn't know they even had that as a game. But like, all right, I didn't even know Galaxian 3 was a thing. Galaga, Destination Earth. I don't know. Like, yeah, I admit I'm into Final Fantasy, but you know, and I'm not into game shows that much. But you know, I will say this: there's never been a game show that I know of that was about the game of life or about Monopoly. But there was about Jeopardy and The Price is Right. So I don't think they made a game for originally, but then I think they eventually did. I'm not sure on that. But either way, moving on. They actually have so many versions of the game track, which some of it just don't work well with emulation. So, believe me, I've tried. But anyway, so, what the hell is Gauntlet Legends? Okay. But anyway, so moving on. Yeah, I mean, I just gotta say, if you're in, just looking for a simple cure, become a machine. See, Data never felt depression. Or knew what it was like. Even RoboCop didn't have depression, nor did the Terminator. Like, oh man, nobody likes me. And I'm not trying to be funny there. I'm just saying. I mean, the thing about being that is that, I mean, the cure will be simple enough. You could actually get yourself artificial this and artificial that if you wanted to have like a way to eat and stuff like that. The one thing I would like to see happen, because in life you cannot survive without it. Let's say you have a stealthy bladder, not stealthy, but healthy enough bladder, or not blood, excuse me, kidney, or a couple of them anyway. And I think that's how it works. Well, either way, you can't live life without it. You have to give up your life to someone else. That's sad. So unless they put artificial stuff out there, that way that person can still live. Because it's not fair to that other person that had to give up their life just so somebody else can live. And I'm not saying that other person needs to die. I'm just saying, at the same time, why do that? I mean, And don't say, well, it's just because it's just a save your life. No. No. That's just plain simple old answer. But when the truth is, there's a better way to handle it. Whether you like it or not, artificial can save our lives, because even if we could go through all the kidneys in the world, what's left after that? It's kind of like that same old thing about evolution, where you survive and all that in the world. Where you eat and eat and eat and eat till there's nothing left. And the thing is, vegans do the same thing to plants. You know. Just because they're afraid to eat meat. Now, I believe Gex into the Gecko is actually supposed to be 2. If I remember correctly. Well, the stupidest thing they can do on there. Anyway, so I gotta go.